What's going on, guys? Talon back here, and today we are going to cover our next big god lead, essentially. And before I say anything, thank you for all the amazing questions for my new mailbox series. I will be taking a look at those, and I'll be recording that probably on Thursday, give or take my time. And then, let's just start this up once a week. Let's do it. I got some great ideas, some great questions, some great thoughts and opinions, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So yeah. But anyway, if you've been living under a rock for the past, I'd say 48 hours, give or take, then you know that there is a big cooler event, or I guess technically if you want to go by his Japanese name, Kura, then he is getting the next big event right now. He's getting the Dokkan event that I guess a lot of people want, or I guess Bandai wants at least. And yeah, he is now the new physical. He's now the new physical extreme leader right now, and if you can see it hopefully up on the screen, you'll be seeing his Dokkan Awakened form. So he's very similar to Super Saiyan 4, Goku, and Vegeta. However, of course, it's a little bit of changes. First off, he's physical, duh. And then the second is that it's his leader skill is basically flipped. So it's going to be for all extreme physical cards, HP attack and defense up 120% with that 3 key, as always. And then for super type cards, so hero cards, then it's key +1, HP attack and defense up 50%, which we kind of figured this would be happening. And a lot of us are speculating that by the time this is all over, in the distant future, we're going to see both hero and extreme cards of all the different types like that. So we already have Goku for strength and Vegeta for agility, so we'll eventually see an extreme agility and an extreme strength probably down the road, because they also have to release other cards along with that and everything. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on. In terms of his passive skill, his attack and defense go up 100%, so it's very similar to Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, except just minus 20% essentially. And then he is guaranteed an additional attack, and it says sometimes it will reach, or it will turn into a super attack. So he's kind of like Brawly and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta mixed, essentially. Because if you're looking at the kanji for his passive, it says Tokidoki, and I've explained that in a lot of my other videos as well, which basically means sometimes, but, it's probably around 30%, give or take. So in the sense that, Brawly is, if you get to 8 key or more, you're guaranteed an additional super attack, whereas Vegito has a high chance to do multiple additional attacks, where it is sometimes, Tokidoki again, to become a super attack. So Cooler is kind of in the middle here. Essentially, he is guaranteed the additional attack, and sometimes he will be able to turn that into a super attack. Now, this does mean, though, that if you put him into the ability system, it is obviously going to help a little bit more, because if you take the free route for him in the top left corner, then you get the addition, you get +5, or basically to make it level 5, for the additional attack on the ability system. So technically he could attack 3 times, or if you got really lucky, you get 1 super off, then you get a second one because of his ability automatically, and then through the ability system you could potentially get a 3rd one. And if you happen to pull dupes of him, where you pull an extra of him, then you can bring that up even more, essentially. So he is going to be a lot like Vegito Blue in terms of if you put him into the ability system, you want to be able to go for that to maximize him efficiently. The dude hits hard. I mean, 100%. Physical finally has a tank, at least for extreme now. If you're running double coolers right now, that's going to be plus 240% in defense, plus an additional 100%. We've all seen Vegeta, Super Saiyan 4, when he tanks, and that's only with an additional 20% to the defense. So you can easily make that up, no problem. And so he's a tank. He is the tank that physical is needing if you run him. His links are pretty standard. The only one I'm a little questioning on, which I guess maybe it's more for if you run him in a villain team, which makes sense, because if you run this guy in a villain team, he has shocking speed and other things like metamorphosis and everything. So he links really well in a villain's team. He's gonna hit hard as always. But the one thing that put it onto a physical team, though, a mono physical team, not a lot of physical cards have shocking speed. So, because physical is kind of like all around the place. So, I was talking with a few of my friends that I know, and I'm like, okay, what would be an ideal extreme physical team? Because yes, if you needed to, you can throw some heroes on there, but this isn't, this is not going to be Vegito Blue's time to shine. We all figured that when the physical Super God card came out, because that's going to be 240% in defense, not to mention his then reduction, which I believe is around 30% or so, unlike the 80% for Super Vegito. then he is finally going to be tanking the way we want him to. But right now, put him with this extreme leader, it's just like having a hero's lead, essentially, because that's what Super Saiyan Blue Vegito does. It's HP, attack, and defense up 50%. So if you want to, you can put him on there. He's still going to do really well. Do not get me wrong. He's going to do really well, but he's not going to be tanking as much as we want him to. Another person you can throw on there, if you're maybe low on the extreme type cards, I'm just going over if you are low on those. Gotenks is another good one because, you know, he does an automatic 100% when super attack, which is really nice, plus he seals. So I was talking with some of them, like, okay, what could you run? Because Zen, if you guys are not following him on Twitter, definitely go do that. Zen suggests, he's like, okay, let's see, you're going to have Cooler as your main guy. You're going to have Goku Black, because he's a nuker. You're going to put in Android 17, because Android 17 is an orb changer, and he's an extreme type, which is really nice. If you want it, you don't have it, but you have the World Tournament Goku, the Kaioken Goku. He obviously is good. He's just, you know, he's not going to get as much of a buff due to the restriction of the leader skill, because he's a super card, not an extreme card. Next is going to be Sin Shenron, and then Brawly can be used, but he's not ideal with the links and everything, unfortunately. So that is a bit of a downside. One person that's really going to be helping here is LR Ginyu, but the only problem is no one has LR Ginyu right now. You can get him right now. I mean, a lot of people have probably gotten him already because of the battlefield system. But in terms of actually getting the medals and everything, it's going to be a while until someone has LR Ginyu. So you can't really... the physical team... It's like seeing it in the distant future. You know what it's going to be. You'll get there eventually, but it's going to be a while. Right now, it's not perfect, which is a little unfortunate. And I would have thought with the banner, maybe they would have released another physical extreme card to have helped with this, but I guess not. And then the last card would be Full Power Frieza, because Full Power Frieza and Cooler are going to link really well together. They are going to link really great. So that is going to be really nice. So if you have... So right now... having the extreme physical leader, and if you have all of the cards that I just mentioned, then yes, you are going to be good to go. Aside from LR Ginyu, because, well, you have to, you know, constantly get the medals, and it's going to be a while to get those. But if you can get those guys eventually by the future, then yeah, Mono Physical is going to be great. And of course, we don't know if other cards will be coming out, so that's good. But as of right now, in this very moment, I can't say if you should pull for him. I mean, obviously, yes, like I said, in the future, he's going to be an amazing card to have, but if you need to save your stones, maybe Super Saiyan 4 drained you a bit, I would actually say it's okay to skip it for now. He will be back. He will be back. I, myself, I'm probably not going to really pull for him. You know, I'll probably do a couple collab videos with some other YouTubers, but I'm not going to go hardcore for this guy because I don't have some of those extreme physical types. I have Goku Black and I have Full Power Frieza, but I don't have Sin, and I don't think I have Android 17, so I mean, I could throw Goku in there, like I said, but, you know, he's not going to get as big a buff as, you know, anything. And with Cooler, you know, being the event that he is, from what we've seen, there's going to be 4 different stages when you're fighting him, on Super 2 at least, in the difficulties. Goku, Super Saiyan 4, and both Vegeta can take care of that for me, no problem. And, you know, until the tech comes out, probably, you know, whether it's the Extreme or the Super one, Super Saiyan 4, for me at least, is gonna, you know, do that. So, I would say, if you have the stones and you have the ability to go for him, go for him. He's, I'm saying this right now, he is a great card. He's amazing. He's, you know, he is the super god for the Extreme guys. There's no downside to it. There's no downside. It's just a support that you need to bring with him, because it's a very specific set of cards that you need to maximize that team efficiently. And obviously, like I said, LR Ginyu, you can't really use yet. So, yeah, I mean, you can put him up to his TUR form by now, probably, because that's 7 cards, give or take, or 7 medals. But yeah, so it's close. It's almost there. But if you are lacking in the stones right now, I would personally say just save and wait. He will come back. We've seen it in the past. All these cards will return, as they always do. So you don't need to, you know, be freaking out or anything like that. So one card I was thinking about, which would work really well on the team, would have been Kid Buu. If you have the physical Dokkan Awakened Kid Buu, his passive is that everyone gets HP and attack up 50%. And it's like, oh man, that is a great passive to have to give everyone. The only downside to that really is that his HP has to be, your HP has to be 80% or above, not below, above. And Oh, yeah, unless you are able to keep that, unfortunately, that, you know, restriction right there. Oh, man, if Kid Buu did not have that restriction, he would be an ace to put into a physical team, and I would actually say, go for him if you have all those cards. I honestly would say go for it. I don't have that physical Kid Buu. Never been able to pull him, surprisingly. I keep pulling that agility one. I don't want that agility one. But yeah, so... yeah, I mean, like I said before, Cooler's a great card. He's just, you know, if you don't have the cards for him right, if you don't have the cards to make the physical team right now, or you don't have the stones, I would personally say wait on it a little bit. Like I said before, and I've probably said this many times already, great card. If you can, pull for him. If not, it's not the end of the world right now. So, other cards that have come out, or that are getting the Dokkan Awaken, is his tech version is getting the Dokkan Awaken. So his passive skill essentially goes up, I believe, to 90% at the beginning of the turn. Is your attack goes up, and you're not really going to be using his leader skill, because if you're running a mono tech team, you have a better ability for that already through Go Tanks and everything. So it's nice that he gets a Dokkan Awaken, which is really nice. He'll link really well, actually, probably with Golden Frieza would be my guess. I don't quote me on that. I had to look back at it again. Maybe he doesn't. I don't have the cards in front of me right now, but I think he would. But maybe because it is Golden Frieza and not normal Frieza, maybe I'm a little wrong on that. So correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments below, which, you know, I was just thinking out here in the moment. And then also, this is actually kind of cool. The Baba Shop one. Yes, the Baba Shop one that you can buy, the cooler, the agility cooler, that you can buy from the Baba Shop, he gets a Dokkan Awaken. Your first free-to-play, because it's just the Baba Shop one, I know a lot of people call him free-to-play, your first free-to-play card is becoming a TUR with Fierce Battle. That's actually really cool. That is really cool. The only downside is that his passive is not the greatest, because it's a flat attack boost and defense boost. I think it's only like 7,500 or something like that. So, yeah, not the greatest. Plus, it's agility, so you're not really going to be putting him on a Vegeta team right now. Maybe he will shine a little bit more when the extreme agility leader comes out in the future. But as of right now, it's not something that's going to be like, ooh, ah, kind of thing. Like, I really need this. So, but hey, if you have them, get the medals, Dokkan Awaken them, boom. Hey, got a TUR right there for you. So yeah, not too bad. And then also, one of his servants is getting a new card, which, fine, I'm not really going to pull for him. And then the Gohan. The Gohan is actually pretty cool. I like him. He's kind of like the tech version of the Agility Whis, which is, if your, for his passive skill at least, if your HP is below 30%, then you get, for one turn, for one time during the battle, you will fully recover just like Whis, and your attack goes up 200%. That is pretty cool. So, like I said, if I do the little, like, a couple of collab summons and stuff like that, and I happen to pull them, hey, okay, cool. Maybe Tech can, at least once the Super Tech God card comes out, or the Extreme one comes out, you can start to use him, and you can kind of do like what we did with Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta to beat Bosch Russ, the final stage. So yeah, who knows? That'd be pretty cool. So yeah, and then so other than that, the last thing is that if you're watching this right now before it is noontime Japan, March 1st, because right now it's the 28th when I'm recording this, there's going to be some scheduled maintenance from noon until 5 p.m. So there's a 5-hour maintenance schedule for Dokkan, which is kind of makes sense because they're basically taking away everything right now. Everything from Super Saiyan 4 events to the Baba Shop refreshing every 30 minutes to everything, you know, that they're trying to promote. That is all gone. Now, things like the coins and everything, you still have, I think, until the 8th or so to use those if you did not use those yet. But, I mean, let's face it, just use them now. Get it done over with. So, make sure you take care of all this stuff before, or just wait until the maintenance is over, and then, boom, you can go for it. So, yeah. So, other than that, guys, that is about it for the update with Cooler. Of course, when the event comes out, I will be covering the event tomorrow, and I will be showing you how to beat it, you know, what exactly does it require, because I've seen a little bit of information, but from what we know right now, basically, Super Saiyan Goku is going to be doing the most damage, although it does make a notice of, like, Super Saiyan 2, 3, 4, and God, which some people have translated it as it doesn't. It's not going to do extra damage, but only Super Saiyan Goku will. So I'll have to take a look. I think that is correct, but like I said, I'll double check tomorrow when the actual event comes out, because, you know, technically it is subject to change. It could change some things, so I don't really know, but yeah. So anyway, guys, that is going to be it for the video. Let me know down below in the comments if you are going to be pulling for Cooler, if you want him, if you have the cards for a physical extreme team, or if you're just going to wait, like person like me, and just, you know, try to build your arsenal a little bit more, and then pull for him when he comes back in the future. I don't know how long he's going to be around for. We'll obviously find that out tomorrow. But yeah, hopefully, you know, hey, if you pull him, good on you. You got a physical extreme leader, and he's by no means a bad card. And again, if you pull him and you don't have him as or you don't have many of the extreme leads, throw him onto a villain's team. If you got a good, decent villain's team, boom. That guy is going to be amazing right there. So, yeah, by all means, go for it. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, like I said before, that's going to be it for the video. Leave a like if you liked the video, and don't forget to subscribe if you are new. And until the next time, everyone, I will see you in the next one.